I want to actually go over a interesting little topic, the use of plastic cards, and I have a pack with me today, and we're going to go into that. So let's jump right into it. So this is an interesting pack I got from my trip to Vegas, and so while they are a bit more expensive, they are $13. It has a interesting feature to them. There were features to them. They're quite odd. They don't spread perfectly, as you can see. They really don't, but they can dribble very, very well. They could probably do an anaconda with these kinds of cards, and you can do normal shuffles with them, or fancy shuffles in that case, cardistry, stuff of that nature. So overall, would I say they are for Magic? Yeah, you can use them. I would actually say they have some unique properties. You could probably do some unique effects with them. I mean, though they are slippery and though they don't spread perfectly, so you are limited in some respects, you might be able to find a unique way to use these that have advantages over regular playing cards. Who is to say? But whenever you find yourself in a situation where you're with friends, this is the most common situation where you're with friends, and you see this pack of playing cards that just happens to be plastic, and plastic does have one unique advantage, that they do last longer, being plastic, assuming they're well taken care of. They can also be used for magical effects and stuff of that nature. And so you don't have to worry so much about that unless you're hoping for perfection, the perfect spread. That's, from what I've been using these plastic playing cards for, seems to be the only advantage. And they're just cool to play with. I mean, you know, you want to have multiple options, so when you're out and about or in any condition, because I love to challenge myself, I never know what kind of situation I'm going to go into. It's not like I carry a whole bunch of magical stuff with me everywhere. I just play with the situation. So if someone happens to grab a deck of cards and it's a plastic one, you can put yourself at ease knowing you can still make it work. The worst kinds of playing cards, in my opinion, would be the Las Vegas playing cards, where there are only 2 cuts, not the 4 cuts. So if it's cut here, 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 then you can be able to use it for normal use and nothing the wiser. But if it's cut in 2 places, if you put it in any other way, or if you try to do reverse effects, it won't work because these edges will stick out like a sore thumb if it's only 2 cuts. You'd have to see it in person to believe it. I think I have an example, actually. Let's see if I have an example. Is this... Yes, it's a 2-cut. Okay, so I can actually show you another example. So I'll set these plastic ones aside. So while I love Las Vegas playing cards because they only usually seek or are used once and then they're not used in play again, I always try to hope that I get a 4 cut, so 1, 2, 3, 4. But in this case, as you can see, hopefully the light's not too bright. Let me put it over here. There we go. You can see that there's only 2 cuts. So there's a cut here, but not over here. And the disadvantage in that case is when we push inside, you can see clearly that the card sticks out, so it can't be used for that. Or if you're trying to do, let's say, a side steel color change, anything with cover card or anything, even in slightly in reverse. So let's say I do a side steel cover change, boom, looks amazing, but as soon as I lift off, you can see that card. Hopefully, let me get into the right frame. You can see the card from this end sticking out, which is not the best. So it really eliminates a lot of sleight of hand, and in my opinion, this is like the no-no of decks to use, and you'll have to be very, very creative into doing the effect, maybe dealing effects, maybe nothing. It might be better to opt for, if you're using these types of cards, to do slightless magic or semi-automatic and self-working card tricks-ish, if you know what I'm saying. For those types of effects, these can work. So I just want to get those out of the way from plastic playing cards and their uses. And in my opinion, the pack of playing cards that you should never opt for, because just the amount of disadvantages, and in Magic you can't use them. For normal use, yeah, you can use them as just normal playing cards, which is the hope, but in Magic I would stay away from these ones. So with all that said, I hope everyone's having a good one, and talk to you soon.